Good evening. Can everyone hear me or do a quick sound check?
We can hear you.
Fantastic. So with that said, I'd like to say good evening, good morning, good afternoon to everyone that has joined us. And I greet you this way because it's a global presentation. So no matter where you are, I want to welcome you to our Go Love Life presentation. So to begin with, I'd like to set the proper etiquette for our afternoon Zoom meeting. We ask that you please keep your cameras off and your microphones muted during the entire presentation. We're recording and do not want any unnecessary distractions such as faces popping up on the screen or any superfluous noise on the recording. So we really appreciate your cooperation in this regard. So everybody, please just take a look and make sure your mic is muted and your videos are off. So now I'd like to set the expectations for our presentation. We'll have the overview followed by live Q&A. So we ask that you have your journals and pen at the ready so you can take notes in case you need anything clarified at the end of the overview. Now, with that said, it gives me pleasure and I consider it a privilege to introduce our presenter for this evening, this young lady that's going to share the information about this awesome organization. His name is Miss Valencia Pompfield. She is a founding member of this company. She is a phenomenal business person. She has won the Elite Award of Entrepreneur of the Year. She is a multiple seven-figure compensation earner. And when I say that, it makes me smile because it's not so much what she's done for herself, but for others that have partnered up with her. She's very interested and committed to the success of anyone that sees this opportunity and decides to join us. She knows all the facts. She loves helping people. She's a lot of fun. And it gives me great privilege to introduce to you our speaker for this afternoon, Miss Valencia Pompfield. Are you there?
I most certainly am. And thank you so much, Miss Beverly Kennedy Hale. I really do appreciate that introduction. And let me say good afternoon. I'm on the East Coast, so let me say good afternoon to everyone who's joined us. If you joined us last night, let me also take the time to apologize for the technical difficulties. The internet was not working sufficiently to be able to do the presentation, so I sincerely apologize. I hope that those of you who had guests, you got your guests to rejoin us today or tonight at 6 p.m. I also want to thank Ms. Beverly for the introduction. Ms. Beverly happens to be one of my best friends, and it's a beautiful thing to be able to work with individuals that you actually like and to hear them say such kind things about you, but they apply equally to her as well as my other business partners who are on the line. We're all in exactly the same place, and I am so excited about what the future holds for all of us. So I'm going to get right into our presentation. We're going to talk about a company called Go Love Life. Now, as I start to talk about this, I really want everyone to stop and think about your life. How many times have you been in the right place at the right time? I think we can all look back and say, yep, I was there. But the question is, did you take advantage of the timing of where you are, where you were? Most people, they don't recognize they were in the right place at the right time until it becomes history. And so they kind of miss out. And I just want to say that at the outset, because I don't want you to miss out on what we're getting ready to share with every single individual who's listening. Go Love Life is a company that just started. In fact, we started February 2nd of this year. So we're about a month and a half old. But we're very excited to be a startup in this industry because even though we're an infant, we're 25 years old. And some of you will say, well, that doesn't make sense. You just started and you're 25 years old. I'm going to explain that as we continue. But the founders have a 25-year track record of success in the exact same industry of health and wellness. They've helped hundreds of average individuals to become millionaires and to change the home economy of their entire family. And they've helped individuals to have some of the most amazing experiences you can even think about. But that's them. What about you? When you think of loving life, what do you think about? Now, we all look at it from a different perspective, but for some people, loving life is just being with their family, spending time with their kids, their grandkids. For other individuals, it's about finding the love of your life, enjoying love. For other individuals, it's adventure, traveling, seeing the exotic, beautiful places on the planet. For some individuals, it's all about hanging out with their friends. and maybe even getting a chance to work with their friends and build something significant with people that they like. For others, hey, they just want to get outside and have some fun and really connect to the inner child that maybe is missing since they became an adult. Others, they just want peace. I think everybody on the line can relate to peace. Peace from knowing that everything that's supposed to be taken care of is taken care of. Your finances are in check. You don't have to worry about bill collectors. You don't have to worry about food on the table. Everything is where it's supposed to be. And then there are those who want the finer things in life. I'm not mad at them. Not necessarily me, but they like the fancy cars, maybe 2 and 3 cars and the watches and the pocketbooks, whatever it is. The question is, what prevents you from having it? What prevents you from living life on your terms? Now, for some people, it's their job. I'm not anti-job. If you have a job, if you consider it a good job, kudos to you. But most people, their jobs interfere with their ability to love life because their jobs take their time and they don't pay them enough to be able to do the things that they really desire to do. Now, I don't know if you're in that circumstance, but if you are, we're offering a shift in the mindset and giving people an opportunity to correct that situation. We have individuals in this team who have truly found the balance between making money and enjoying money. Now, I was in a situation where I liked my job, but my time was taken. I had to commute to work, 3 hours to work, 3 hours to get back home, 6 hours of my day spent going to and from work. That didn't include the 8 to 10 hours of the day that I did work. So I had no time to enjoy life. But I get it. We need jobs because they provide money. But what if you could find that balance? What if you could put an equal sign between your time and the money that you need? Now, for other individuals, it's health. And I don't think anything has made us more aware of the critical nature of health than this pandemic. The pandemic was polarizing. And I use the word was, I should use is, because it's still here. They may be lightening up on some of the rules. They're changing it from a pandemic to an endemic, but that just means we're going to have to learn to live with it. It didn't go away. It's still here, but it changed the way we lived. It changed how often we saw our families. There were grandparents who didn't see their grandchildren in 2 years. Individuals weren't able to get together. Weddings were canceled. Social events didn't happen. You couldn't go to restaurants. Everything changed because of the pandemic. But you know what the pandemic did? It made us aware that nothing is more important than our health, and it's time to get our health in check. And so that's what we're going to talk about. What is the one thing we can do to improve our health? And I'm just going to hit it with very pointed information because the proof is already there. It's not like I have to prove anything to you. When you think about the health industry, it's in crisis. It's very, very confusing. People are overwhelmed by health. Think about it. Health has become too complicated, too corporate, too expensive, too unfriendly, and way too political. Let me tell you what the problem is. There's just too much out there. If you don't believe me, go in your house, in your kitchen, and look at wherever you keep medications or wherever you keep supplements and ask yourself how many of them are there and how many of them you really take every single day. Now, when it comes to pharmaceutical drugs, they are confusing because they supposedly make you feel better, but they have side effects that create another problem. And that does not make sense. So what is the best approach? What can we do to really achieve our ultimate goal of being healthy? And that's what our conversation is about today. We want to help people recognize that all the money they're spending in supplements, all the money they're spending on health, everything that they're doing can be summed up in one approach. We were driven to answer, is there just one thing that people can do every single day to look good, feel good, perform their best, and just get out there and go love life? And the answer is yes. It is taking care of that microenvironment that exists in the center of our bodies, our digestive system, and it's called the gut microbiome. Notice this in bold. Your gut microbiome. If you've never heard of it, that's okay. After today, you will know how important it is. It is as important in your body as your brain. It is the center of good health. It is the 100 trillion cells in our body that works to take in nutrition, absorb nutrients, and expel waste and toxins. Your microbiome, when it is working the way it's supposed to, When it is balanced between good bacteria and bad bacteria, it will be your best friend, your greatest ally when it comes to health. Now, conversely, when it is not balanced, it is an enemy, and it is the source of serious health conditions. In fact, you can research your gut microbiome and anything you deal with, and you'll see a connection. So we as a company want to make people aware of how important getting your microbiome in check is. It is the most compelling frontier of health science today, and it's been studied for decades. In fact, the studies are now saying that if you have a healthy gut microbiome, it will change your life. It impacts practically every other aspect of human health. So I'm going to share with you very quickly just some of the things that the gut microbiome impacts. Number one, it improves digestion and nutrient absorption. Think of how many people eat and they need an antacid. They use Prilosec or Zantac or Nexium, or there's a whole aisle of things just to help people absorb or digest food. Secondly, it supports the immune system. The immune system, all of us want this Iron Man suit that we literally wear, where our immune system will, when viruses and negativity toward our health comes toward us, our immune system instantly starts to fight it off. In fact, even with the pandemic, individuals with stronger immune systems fared better. It also manufactures the vitamins you need. Now, I talked about all the supplements and things that we buy. You watch something on Instagram or Facebook and you say, I'm going to get that, I'm going to get that, I'm going to get that. And before you know it, you have a whole lot of things and you don't know what to do. Well, did you know that a healthy gut microbiome will manufacture the vitamins that your body needs? And that's documented. It also acts as a natural antibiotic, helping to fight unhealthy bacteria. Just look at every system that it impacts. And this is just some of them. Allergies, metabolism, neurological function. It impacts your mood, fatigue, inflammation, weight, how well you sleep at night, energy, stamina, blood sugar. Just think about how many people you personally know who have diabetes. Diabetes is another pandemic. 1 in 3 people, they're either diabetic or they're pre-diabetic. And they say with the current growth curve, that's growing to 1 in 2. It impacts your liver and kidney, your skeletal system, skin, brain, and neural system, as well as healthy aging. So we want to get the message out how important your gut microbiome is. Now, I talked about vitamins. If you get everything in the store, just in an attempt to get healthy, did you know that if you don't have a healthy gut microbiome, most of what you take in would be eliminated without having any impact on the body at all? You will just urinate it out. And a lot of people know this. That's why when you're on supplements, you have to take so many pills. I was taking 6 vitamins, 4 minerals. Then I was taking 4 magnesium and calcium, 1 probiotic, and trust and believe that was not enough. Because for the most part, synthetic man-made drugs, they just don't do what we think they're doing in our body. It's more important to have a healthy gut microbiome. So now that you know, and hopefully you've taken notes, I need a healthy gut microbiome. How do you get it? Well, this team of seasoned professionals, we came together just to share with everyone, everywhere, there's one thing you can do, one system to commit to, and it will impact every cell in your body, every system in your body. We discovered powerful superfoods. We looked at the ancient wisdom of old civilizations, as well as healing herbs and spices. Now, we started with the garden. Many of you, when you look at this picture, you see all the colors of nature. Well, the colors in nature are critical to managing how we age, how we perform, and our gut microbiome. Take, for instance, our greens. All of us know we should eat greens. Everybody knows that, but 69% of people don't get enough greens. It impacts breast health, anti-aging, anti-diabetic, anti-inflammatory. Then we come to the yellows. 80% of people don't get enough orange and yellow foods. Eye health, skin health, heart health, lung health, your immune system. It's a phenomenal source of vitamin A. It impacts rheumatoid arthritis. Then we go to the blues and purples. 76% of people don't get enough of that. And again, you can see on the screen everything that's impacted. And lastly, red foods. It impacts heart, prostate, breast, lung, bladder, colon, pancreas, eye, asthma, Alzheimer's, cellular vitality. anti-inflammatory, arthritis, neurological health, autoimmune diseases, and pulmonary diseases. So it's very important to get the colors of nature, and the company put all the colors of nature in the products that I'm going to share. Then there's the powerful superfoods. Superfoods they grow from the ground, but they're medicinal in value. Think of noni. Many of you have heard of noni, but that's just one. There's starfruit and goji berry and acai, cornelian cherry, pomegranate, moringa, mangosteen. That's just some of them, many of the more familiar ones. But then there's also healing herbs and spices, such as oregano, thyme, mint, turmeric or turmeric, ginger, basil, garlic, cayenne. If you're into health, you know everything I'm showing you is important, and you probably know already how to use it. In fact, my voice was leaving and someone called me today and said, hey, get some fresh ginger, put it in some water, boil it, and drink it. So there's so many things that nature does for you. Now, our product has all of these ingredients in it. Everything is pure and simple, no additives, 100% vegan, USDA organic, proactive, gluten-free, 100% plant-based, no sugars added, non-GMO. Everything is good, and it maintains its functionality. There's enough of it. So let me quickly share with you this 3-pronged approach. In fact, it is literally 2 sips and a scoop. 2 sips and a scoop. This is the scoop. There's a scoop inside. You put it in 8 to 12 ounces of water. You drink it every single day. When you do so, you get the benefit of working on your gut microbiome, 35 fruits and vegetables, 5 garden and digestive blends, and 8 probiotics. Just look at the label. Gut health, detoxification, immunity, skin health, nutrient absorption, energy and stamina, and circulation. The green blend is for your immune system. Orange blend gives you energy. The red blend works on circulation. The purple blend soothes your body and allows you to relax. And then there's proprietary digestive enzymes. Here's some of the other ingredients in this product that a lot of us have heard of: probiotics, but you also need prebiotics. Very unique way to balance your gut microbiome. And then we have these 2 bottles. They're called Next. This allows me to connect the beginning. I mentioned that this company started February 2nd, but 25 years ago, we ushered in a new era in liquid nutritional supplements. We introduced the world to noni. And this is that group of individuals. This is their next creation. In fact, it's the next generation of botanical sources, the next generation of technology, and the next vision of how all the ingredients can work together. One is called Balance and one is called Detox. Let me share the labels with you, because the labels sell the product. In fact, on the Balance, it works on your immune system, mental acuity, skin structure, heart health and circulation, electrolyte and acidity balance, gut microbiome, energy, aging process, defense against the risk of chronic diseases, and inflammation resistance. If you're into health, most diseases are centered around inflammation. Here on the detox side, by the way, there are individuals who want to know, is it like a laxative? No, it aids in the body's natural detox process. There are people on the line who say, you know what, I went on a 3-day detox or a 5-day detox or a 30-day detox. Truth is, your body detoxes daily. And so this product helps that natural system. The detoxification includes the removal of heavy metals, skin restoration, gut microbiome, liver function and regeneration, as well as heart health and circulation and your immune system. So the products are phenomenal. We believe in the power of nature and how humans are connected to plants and what they do for our bodies. Here's some of the ingredients. Just look up purple carrot and what it does for the body. Also, anywhere you see the word ferment, that means it's really good for your gut microbiome. But then you also notice all the other things that are included in the product itself. I'm going to talk very quickly about this red light noni ferment. As I mentioned, we introduced the world to noni with a product called Tahitian Noni Juice, an amazingly good product. It was, I think there was 1 bottle sold every 1.8 seconds. And then obviously through time, we started to realize there's a lot of medicinal value in fruits. And so now this product has all of it involved. But there's a very unique ingredient. It is patented. It is red light fermented noni. So it's the same noni, but we lay it out in trays. We put red nano LED lights on top of the noni, and it enhances or accelerates microbial growth, and it enhances the production of the functional ingredients that are already in noni. I'll give you an example. Polyphenols, 25% increase. That is dramatic just from that red light. Now you may say, okay, polyphenols, but what do they do? Some of this is medical terminology. Polyphenols have been linked to improve gut health, but they lower blood sugar, improve heart health, higher brain function, and they reduce inflammation in the body. So our message today, I mean, we could go on and on, is this is the one thing you can do to take care of everything else. One thing to enhance your entire body, every system and every cell. You take 1 ounce, 2 sips in a scoop, 1 ounce of balance, 1 ounce of detox at night, and the Phyto Power every single day. It'll give you an opportunity to get your gut microbiome working the way it's supposed to. Men, women, and children can use the product because it's natural. We believe that if you change one thing, you change everything. Also, I mentioned, and I'm going to say it again, it impacts every system and every cell in your body. 96 of the best ingredients that nature has to offer, and you get a chance to give yourself a health makeover, not a beauty makeover where you just look good. Wouldn't it be better if you are good and that radiates toward the outside? In fact, your gut microbiome is so important that it is called the body's second brain. Now, I didn't name it that. Science names this section of your body your second brain. Here's some of the science that I'm talking about. Here's an article that says it plays a role in dementia. It also is any neurocognitive function. That includes Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. Gut bacteria plays a role in the development of long COVID, the side effects of COVID after you recover. Here's an article from PubMed.gov in the United States, and it talks about how your gut microbiome affects everything else in your body. Here's one: diabetes in your gut microbiome, depression and mental health linked to your gut microbiome, being overweight, gut microbiome. Here's another magazine that talks about it being your second brain. Here's a book designed for children, a kid's book about your microbiome. I mean, this is not something we just invented to get you on the phone to share a product. This is real. My niece was looking up an article about a rash she had on her hand, and notice what it says: with eczema, contact dermatitis, excuse me, and other skin problems. It says some of those things might be internal issues like a gut microbiome imbalance. Here's an article, might be a little morbid, but the microbes in your gut could predict whether you're likely to die in the next 15 years. Now, this is significant information, and it is our desire to get it out. Conversely, if you get your gut microbiome working properly, it could also predict how long you're going to live. This happened on February 2nd of this year. There was a show on the Today Show about gut renovation, getting your gut in check. And this young lady wrote a book called Gut Renovation: Underlying Age-Defying Power of the Microbiome. Now, that was February 2nd. This was March 21st, A Beginner's Guide to Gut Health. Notice the date. Again, on the Today Show. This is current news. And we are very, very concerned about helping individuals get their gut microbiome healthy, because it literally impacts everything else in your body. Now, I want to stop here, and I want to see if anyone has a question concerning the information that I shared, because it's really important to us that we make sure you understand this is for you. This is about your overall health. We've had individuals get on the call and they ask us about Crohn's disease, and you can go on and research it, gut microbiome and Crohn's disease. There are individuals who will say, what about arthritis or rheumatoid arthritis? Research it. You're going to see it is impacted by your gut microbiome. Not being able to sleep at night, impacted by your gut microbiome. So I want to stop here because I want to make sure people understand our real impact. The impetus of today's presentation is to get you to get your gut microbiome in check. Now, after this Q&A session, I'm going to come back, and for those who want to help us get the message out, if you have an entrepreneurial gene inside of you, and you would like to create some additional income or improve your home economy. I'll tell you in 5 minutes how you can do that because it's really not hard. But does anyone have a question about the product? And please don't be shy. We will unmute you and answer whatever it is that you'd like to know. Anyone? Going once, going twice. Okay. Looks like nobody has a question. But if you do, after I finish these next 5 minutes, feel free. Now that you know, here's 2 things that I know happened. Number 1, you said to yourself, I think I want to use this. But number 2, you thought of other people. We are naturally altruistic. We don't think of just ourselves. So you thought of other people and you said to yourself, I need to share this information. Well, that's what human beings are going to do. You thought of who has diabetes, who's sick, who has stomach issues, who's going through all kinds of things. Share this with them. And if you do so, you can engage in the business with us. Now, the business, don't let it distract you from the power of the product. These are the 2 gentlemen, Mr. Kelly Olson and Mr. Sean Whitney. He's the CEO, he's the president. They were part of the team that discovered the superfood industry. And they introduced the world to the word noni. And now they have another entrepreneurial business that allows you and I to get this message out. Most people don't know. You become a member for $25. And that allows you, that if I wanted to compare it to something, that's kind of your franchise fee. It allows you to build a business and really benefit from the power of multiplication. So I'm going to share that with you. The price of the product is $155. Now, there may be some individuals who say, well, that's a lot. This is food. Add it to your food budget. It's organic. It's natural. You saw everything, no additives. We all know that if you go to Whole Foods and Trader Joe's, you spend more for food than if you're in a regular neighborhood supermarket because organic costs more because it's better for you. So the product should be something that you find a way to pay for because, I mean, what's more important than your health? Now, if you're on subscription, meaning it comes every month, you pay $155. If not, it's retail price, and that's $185. The difference, that $30 difference is paid to the member who introduces you. Very important. And again, you take it every day, so it's consumable. Subscription makes sense because it'll come every single month. In fact, this right here is 1 month's supply. Anytime you spend over $300, the shipping is free. You can also get it individually. Now, our compensation plan is called the triple plan because it's more at the beginning, more as you build and more as you achieve. And then the name of our company, Go Love Life. There's a 5% sales bonus. There's 40% paid through your levels. And then there's a dynamic compression bonus. I don't expect everybody to understand this. 2 things I want you to understand. 1, everything you do, there's a 15% payout, the 5% sales bonus and 10% paid to you. And then on level 2, that's anyone in your team and what they do. Once you're a merchant, there's another 10% payout. So 25% just in the first 2 levels. Then as you go down, obviously we pay more in the middle, and then we pay more as you achieve. These numbers enhance level 6. Those are leadership bonuses paid on level 6. And then more as you get to the top, there's the dynamic compression bonus. So it's pretty significant. Here's an example of how it can work. Simple, attractive, and profitable. Real simple. We came up with the slogan 2 + 2 in 2022. So 2, I get every single month. I use it and my husband uses it. It may be you and your kids, whatever the case is. 2, and then you find a customer who does the exact same thing. Or maybe just you and 3 customers, or you and your husband and 2 separate customers. Every month, you want to see yourself purchasing 4 packs. Now, keep in mind, this is not something you do every month because it is consumable. People, when they're on subscription, it just happens. So once you develop it and they see the value, you're out of that loop. That part of it is done. The second thing we want you to do is find a little community, a pod of 5 people, your own little tribe. Now think about how many Facebook friends you have or how many Instagram friends. We're talking about just 5 people. Help them learn the power of their gut microbiome and help them use it. Now you look at this, for those of you who are doing the math, you would say 10% of 2,600 is 260. That doesn't add up. Well, we've incorporated that 5% sales bonus, as well as there's retail profit incorporated as well. Now, if you go down through level 2, if you had the people, these 5 members do the same thing, everybody gets their little pot of 5. Now you're at $1,300. I think everybody would agree that that would impact your home economy. It will impact the way you live. $1,300 a month, that's not anything to sneeze at. And just one more level, just level 3, now you're at $4,600 every single month by clockwork. This month, next month, the month after that, $4,600 can change someone's life. In fact, that would be, just to round it up, $5,000 a month on a 1099 where every dime comes to you. That is equivalent to a 6-figure job on a W-2 income. So you ask yourself, do I think I could share this important message with people, or just put them on this presentation and let them see it and build a team? That's what we're doing. We've been doing it for a month, and we've already seen phenomenal results from a health standpoint, but also from individuals creating income. Now, after you do that, the company rewards you with amazing experiences: boats, planes, and trains, 5-star hotels and resorts, as well as islands, mountains, and beaches. I can speak personally because I was with this company, the same group that started 25 years ago, and I've seen the world. And it's not about me, but I know who they are. I know the kind of experiences they provide. The people that I was in business with, none of us have ever done anything like the things we had a chance to do. Swim with sharks in Tahiti, cruise on one of the most expensive cruise lines, the Paul Gauguin, if you want to look it up. Walk the Great Wall of China. There's just so much. Go to Russia and Switzerland and Rome and ride the elephants in Thailand, and just everything. And if you've done it before, you probably didn't do it the way they do it. First class, 5-star hotels. It all starts again September 7th through the 9th, where we actually launch. Right now we're in pre-launch. September 7th through the 9th, that's in Vegas. And then March of 2023, we're taking a group of individuals to Dubai. Dubai is the city everyone says you should go to. It's on most people's bucket list. But there's nothing like going there and letting the company pay for it. You don't have to spend your money. And no, you will be there in top-notch hotels and everything about it. I already heard they've arranged a trip to the desert and individuals riding camels. It's just so many beautiful things. They make sure that you'll say, if it wasn't for that company called Go Love Life, I would have never. So that's our presentation for today. It's all about, are you ready? Number 1, to get healthy. And then number 2, to get involved with a company that's cutting edge, that no one has heard the message, that the message can be validated by anybody who wants to Google anything. They can find it. We don't have to prove it to you. Just go Google and you'll prove it to yourself. So if you're ready, get back with the person who invited you. Tell them, listen, definitely want to use the product. Definitely. I definitely want to go ahead and order it and get it, start using it on a regular basis for a minimum of 90 days. And then when you see the results, you'll incorporate it into your daily routine. Let me stop here and find out again. Is there anybody that has a question before we conclude? Okay. Alan, would you like to unmute yourself and ask your question? All right, Alan, I'm sorry. Can you unmute yourself again? There you go.
Yeah.
Go right ahead.
What about taxes? How does that affect your taxes? Do you take them out yourself, or does the company take it out?
No, you get everything you earn. That's a 1099, and then you worry about that on the back end.
Yeah, you did say 1099, so that means.
Yep. And I always tell people, anyone who has a good tax advisor or a good financial accountant, they will tell you, you need a home-based business. In the United States of America, you need a home-based business to be able to capitalize on tax advantages that individuals who have jobs, they just never thought of before. From your cell phone to, your electricity bill, the portions of your home, to your your car, so many things that you can write off just from having a home-based business, including paying your children and things of that nature. I'm not going to get into all of it, but there is massive benefits in having a home-based business. So great question, Alan, and thank you for asking.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Anyone else have a question about the business, the product, or any other piece of what we shared today? All right, well, let me let everyone know that we will have this exact same presentation again this evening at 6 p.m. And I encourage you, don't just sit around and say, let me get on again. Find somebody who needs to hear this information. Everybody needs to take care of their gut microbiome, even young people. That's why they have a kids book. So think about it. Who do you know that's a parent? Who do you know that's ill? Who do you know that wants a side income? Who do you know that is in the medical field and they're instantly going to validate everything we say? Who do you know that's really suffering from something? Just reach out and say, hey, there's a new health science, and we have the opportunity to hear from one of the ambassadors of the company, and they're going to share some information. Just listen and let people make their own informed and educated decision. So with that, I'd like to thank you all for joining us. I look forward to seeing you again tonight at 6 p.m. with your guests. And I encourage you guys to use the rest of the day, this Saturday, go out and do something fun and just love your life. Have a great one, everyone.